So, I just want to top on here and give a little, provide a little assistance, I'll say. Assistance to assist those who are trying to progress on their journey. So, the information that I'll provide in this message maybe will assist you to do that. And what am I providing today? So, I wanted to talk about, I guess a better way of explaining this would be talking about the movie Ready Player One. We talked about this before. So if you haven't seen that movie, definitely recommend seeing it. It's about a kid basically who is living in his little reality, right? And his reality sucks. So he wants to escape his reality. So just as most people in this reality do, they want to escape that reality, right? So they go to this little simulation world, right? So he put on these little goggles and this little suit, and when he's in that world, he can feel like if he's in a battle or something, he can feel him getting hit and this, that, and the other because he got the suit on, he got the goggles on, but he's in that little world, right? And while he's in that world, he has a totally different little character that he built up specifically just for him, right? And he's full of all kinds of other players in this little world, and they all got their own different little characters that they made, and they're trying to improve their characters. Now, this I bring this movie because this is the perfect reflection of this world. It's literally the perfect reflection because it's the same thing here. You have a bunch of people interacting in a world where everybody's trying to survive, and just like them, you have your own little button that you can push, just like in Jumanji when you pop up and the thing pops up above your head, tell you your strengths, your weaknesses, and all that stuff. You have that too, but your button is located on the inside. Everything that you need is located on the inside. That is what I discovered. All these different things that I was looking for and on the outside, I no longer look for because I found them on the inside. Everything I was looking for was inside the entire time. But I never looked there because I was expecting for everything to be on the outside, right? Because that's what you see. So you expect that that's where you're going to receive said thing. But no, it's coming from the inside, right? And the outside is, you should see the reflection of that on the outside, right? So when I'm tapping into the love, that's what I was trying to find on the outside was love, because I never received that as I should have as a child, right? So that became a weakness because as soon as I get in a relationship, that's the first thing I'm trying to, love, because that's not what I was receiving. And not to mention the fact that that's like my main core frequency is pure love. Like that's the happiest I've ever been is now. And that's because I've tapped back into my core frequency of what I truly am, which is love. So when I was separated from that, I was not happy because I was trying to appease others. And that by appeasing others, I gave away my love. I gave away my peace. I gave away my happiness. Now those things are back with me because that's what I'm tapping into. That is within myself, right? So just like in this movie, right? He's interacting with a whole bunch of different players, and all these different players got their own different little characters, and they're doing their own little different things, right? Same thing that in our today's world, you're interacting with a whole bunch of different characters, and they're all got their own little thing. Now, if you remember in the movie, how did he beat the game? He beat the game when he started doing the opposite of what all the other characters were doing. You're trying to beat this game, and the only way you're going to beat this game, the game of life, is by tapping into that of what you truly are. Now, there are those who don't want you to beat this game. So think about it. If I don't want you to beat the game, I'm not going to give you the true information for you to beat the game. Hence, you popping up in this world, you don't get no instruction manual when you're born. You don't know how to play this game, right? You have to figure it out. And the majority of the time, people do not figure it out by the time they leave. And that's what they want. They want you all to stay in the same cycle, play the game like everybody else play the game, right? You beat the game when you play the game differently than everybody else. That's how you beat the game. And that is what I took from that movie, and I applied that to my life. So I started playing the game of life differently than how everybody else was doing it. So when I got on my journey, and then I started understanding spirituality and then energy and how things work, then I started to get spiritually attacked more. Why? Because They wanted me to play the game how everybody else is playing the game. Get back, no, don't do that. You can play the game how everybody else is playing the game. So, because I was on to something. So now all these different things are coming at me, being thrown at me. Now, instead of me playing the game like everybody else is playing, because I'm really tapped into Source. So when stuff was happening, I ask. And Source tells me. I'm like, what the hell is this in my body? What's going on here? They're siphoning your energy. They're sending you this. They have a voodoo doll on you. I knew everything. I knew who it was coming from, and I didn't retaliate. Why? Because I already surrendered to that which is something that is higher than myself, and that is that godly essence that is within me, right? So when I surrendered to that godly essence that is within me, I said, hey, please take these burdens and all this other stuff. So when I'm getting all these different attacks, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I just have to process that energy, but I leave it at that, because that energy that I tapped into is handling that. You don't have to worry about all those different things that's going on around you. Worry about you. Worry about what's best for you. As I said, they don't want you to beat this game. So you can't play this game as everybody else is playing it. Think about it. They're not going to give you the instructions on how to beat the game. Let me give you another example of this. What's the Bible verse? Matthew 17:21. In some Bibles, you don't find the part where it says how do you defeat certain demons. It says through prayer and fasting, right? Now, why would you remove that in any Bible? Why would you remove that? Is how you do it. It tells you this is how you defeat certain demons, through prayer and fasting. But it's removed in some Bibles. Why? It's telling you how to do it. That's why it's removed. So you can't defeat those different demons. So you have to understand that no, they're not playing fair in this game. So I'm not telling you to play fair, because I don't worry about what everybody else is doing, because I know what my ultimate goal is. And my ultimate goal is to tap back into that of which I truly am. And that's that godly essence. So I can't move how everybody else is moving, right? Because if you do, then you're doing the exact same thing that they're doing. And you will be treated as such. Because it's about what's in your heart. Not about what you're saying. It's about what's in your heart. That is what's going to matter. So, as I said, just like in Ready Player One, move opposite of how they expect you to move. Now, you're gonna have to tailor this according to your situation, what's going on in your reality. Like I said, I had to tailor it to my reality, so I had to move in a lot of different ways that people normally don't move, and that's because I'm led by Source. So Source says it, I do it. As I said before, if you'd asked me a couple years ago, would I be speaking on YouTube and putting out messages and all? Absolutely not. And the only reason I'm doing this now is because I was told to. That's it. Period. So I follow what I am told. So I hope this message made sense. So I got to play it back. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place, but I will leave it there for now. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I ask you to like, subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next one.